My people, is this thing on? Hold on. Yeah, it is. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Raynday Gaming. My name is Raynday, and today I'm doing a little bit of a vlog, and we're going to talk about the 4 things that need to be changed in Season 1 of Paladins. Now, I play a lot of Paladins. Y'all know that. And the truth is that I love the game. I think we're in a great spot, and Season 1 couldn't be coming at a more perfect time. But the truth is, there are a few things that I think should be adjusted going into next season, and I want to talk to you about what they are in my opinion, and also get your opinion on a certain aspect of this topic that I'd love to hear your feedback on. All right, so getting started with number 1, the first thing I think needs an adjustment is Grover. That's right, Grover. This guy who is a tree throwing axes. I mean, listen, he's this in Paladins. It's not easy. You have to make something like that into an actual first-person shooter character. They did a great job. They used the Smite, kind of Sylvanas body, and he's changed so much throughout his career. And actually, Grover's been, a very cool champion. He's just not a guy that I think is really where he needs to be. Part of the reason I think Grover's not where he needs to be, honestly, is just because his kit feels like it's trying to do 2 different things. And I get it, a tree throwing a giant axe, bound to have some identity crises there. But the truth is, I think in his kit, he's got this kind of weird back and forth where he's meant to be an up-close healer, and also he's meant to do damage from range. And I'd like to see his kit actually come to reflect a cohesive idea of where we want Grover to be. As not a designer, as somebody who's just a player who loves the game. Yes, I work for High Res, and I talk to the design team, but this isn't my decision. This isn't stuff that I work on a daily basis. This is just me kind of flexing my ideas here in my forum YouTube. And I think that if I was going to have Grover adjusted in any which way, I'd have a root in his kit, because obviously that goes with trees, right? So why not keep a root? And he could actually maybe even have that as some cool mechanic. I often thought about giving him a reload mechanic just like Maldamba, because I don't like how Grover doesn't have any ammo. I actually want him to have ammo because I think it's good for every player who starts playing Paladins to understand ammo and to translate that to other champions. My arm's getting freaking tired here, man. Holy crap. I didn't know I was getting a workout today. No, but honestly, I think it's good for people to understand certain mechanics like reloading, which is a factor of basically every other character in Paladins. And for Grover to be different, it kind of trains people to not really think about that, which is a very important mechanic to success in game. When to reload, constantly keeping your eyes on that R button, and being able to, kind of make sure you're always at the right space and time. Grover is a pretty easy skill cap for that, and I don't know if it helps people translate into other champions in the game. We going across the street here. I don't know, it'd be very cool if Grover could bring a root into Paladins. I like that as a form of CC. Maldamba has a stun. I think supports with those types of CC elements work really well and are a great benefit for people to play them, because CC is really fun to do to people, and I think it would also encourage just Paladins players to want to play supports a little bit more, and I like that idea. Can always use more support mains in the world, you know what I'm saying? All right, so that's Grover. I think his identity really needs to come into cohesion in Season 1. That's my hope. Number 2, Skye. Now listen, Skye is in a really cool place. I actually like that Skye has gotten a couple of adjustments. I think it's really going to help her, and she'll maybe even get played at HRX. Skye recently just got a buff to her poison bolts. They increased the accuracy, they increased the width. She's getting bugs removed that made her hard for players to really want to play her. She's got a lot of good things going for her, but the one thing that really bugs me about Skye, and that always has, is the fact that her Q is just another stealth, but it's really labeled as being so much more. And I'd like to see that Q either get adjusted or, fit the kit a little bit more around something else. I've always thought Skye could be a really cool poison champion. And I don't think that having 2 stealths really maximizes how cool Skye could be. I'd like that smoke screen, like I've said in my podcast with High Res Pretty Hair, to actually be maybe something that's like a poison field that you could throw onto an area, or if opponents follow you into it, they take dot damage. So you could really close off a passageway and really help to kind of continue with this theme of Skye has poison bolts for her right mouse button, she's got a poison cloud, and then she's got this time bomb, right? Overall, Skye's in a pretty cool place. I think she's going in the right direction. In Season 1, I just like to see them fully continue down that path. Now, for the number 3 thing, we're going to take it off of champions and we're going to actually move into the item category. And I'm not going to talk about one item. No. I'm going to talk about every single healing item. I think every healing item should be adjusted and looked at coming in Season 1. Now, whether they stay the same or not, that's something that, you'll have to decide and design will have to decide. But I personally think that the healing items right now are just the lowest priority of item for every single player in the game. And I'd like to see some different options there and maybe just some different choices. Add some new mechanics in those that could really spice up the game and make some really powerful choices for people to really say, do I want damage reduction or do I want this kind of healing, this more active thing that maybe I could be able to do, or to support me if I have a more support-oriented composition? Because right now it just feels like blast shields, haven, aggression, those things are just good, right? Did I really just say aggression? It's because I want to talk about that. Don't worry, that's coming up for my changes. I can't believe I actually just said that. But the truth is, you want to be able to go ahead and I think look at that entire healing line and say, do we want a card here that's going to support just healers? So that if I'm a healer, I could look to the healing line and say, okay, maybe I could be a tankier healer if I build Haven or Blast Shields, but maybe I could be a better, stronger healer if I go down the healing line. What if there's an aggression type card for healing, make healing stronger? So a pip can have a meaningful decision of, hey, I'm a pip, I'm normally more damage oriented, but I like to be more healing focused this game because I'm solo healing. I could go into this to give me and my teammates 30% more healing off of my healing potion. I feel like that would be an interesting decision to make, and I like the direction of looking at healing cards in that big of a scope. Like, what can we do to make this tree more enticing, and what can we do to ultimately, I think, shake up the item meta a bit? That's really what I'd love to see. Now, last but not least, aggression. I don't think anybody heard me say it. No, I'm recording a video here, cars. Okay, I know you're driving on a highway. It's like rude. Aggression is that card that people love to hate, and for good reason. It's not very cost effective and it's not very value effective. Haven beats it out every single time, and it's only if the entire team is building defense against a different type than your damage that it can become slightly valuable, but still, you're probably better off picking Cauterize or Wrecker and helping your entire team to deal with their healers or their tank shields. Despite that, I think aggression could be a decent idea of a card. How it's done right now with just the flat damage percentage increase, 5, 10, 15, I don't think it's money. And I think everybody realizes that, and I think there should be some type of adjustment. Now, what type of adjustment that is, it'll be interesting to see. I'd love to know what your feedback is and what you actually think. So yeah, give me your feedback on aggression. Not really sure what I think it should be 100%, but give me your feedback. I want to hear it. Now, last but not least, I want to get your guys' thoughts on cards. Cards, in my opinion, are what makes, it's just what makes Paladins. It's so much fun to be able to adjust the play style of your champion. That's what I love about this game, almost more than anything else. And I want that to be taken to the next level. Part of me, that dungeon crawler, that RPG guy in me, wants to actually make that more extensive of a system. And part of me wants to see, okay, I love these cards. I've played with them for a year. Am I going to get new cards? Am I going to get new card packs? Are there going to be more dynamic things I could do? But this is where I think it becomes interesting, because as you get more champions, they have new cards, and that creates a whole new customizable, deep experience for players to engage in. So the answer could just be, hey, we get more champions out there. We don't really need to make different or varying cards. But there's this other idea where I look and I say, what if you have cards? I mean, what if you had expansion packs with new themed cards, and all those cards do different things and change the meta, change the style of gameplay? What if that happened in Paladins? I think that would be really cool, but I don't know how sustainable that is. I don't know if that would actually add more enjoyment to the game versus let's just focus on new champions. Should it be a bit of both? This is where I want to ask your feedback as a viewer here, as a community member at Rainstorm, as a Paladins player, or as someone who just happened to be across this video. What do you think about cards? Do you want to actually use them as something that is something that's ever changing? Do you want to get your deck and kind of sit with it? Or do you want to always experiment with that? Or is it like, I just want to experiment when new champions come out. I want to see their new decks, their new cards, and play off of that. I don't need to keep changing Drogos every 5 days. I don't need to keep changing the way Buck leaps, or whether he's got this amount of lifesteal, or whether his muscles get bigger when he, jumps on somebody. Not that that would be a card, but that'd be damn cool as a cosmetic. Either way, I think, workout Buck? Oh my God, bench press Buck? How cool would that be? What would he shoot though? Shoot like, I don't know what he would shoot. Weights? I don't know. That'd be actually hilarious though. Olympic like lifter Buck. I love that. I want to hear your thoughts about Grover, Skye, the healing items, aggression, and of course, the direction and future of cards in Paladins. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to those who are celebrating, and as always, remember to never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you all next time.